The first and only bloke to ever run from the north to the south of South Korea, Peck.
North Korea is just a few kilometres that way, and this is day 1.
Day 8. Day 10. Merry Christmas, and this is day 12 of running the entire length of South Korea.
It's snowing, it's dark, I'm lost, it's -5 degrees. I'm on my own with like a backpack on in a country where I don't speak the language, I don't know anyone, don't know anything. You have no choice but to get to the next hotel, the next destination.
There's always so many sensible, logical, rational reasons not to do something.
Yeah.
Well, what about the fucking one reason that you should?
The person who knows nothing and starts and gets it right 1 time out of 10 is still further ahead than the person who plans it for a year and hasn't done anything and knows everything about it but hasn't actually started.
Is the shittiest reason not to do something in the world.
There is a direct correlation between successful people and high levels of fitness. Off the top of my head, all of like the super successful people I know, and I mean like the ultra successful people of the world, like the top 1%, they are all super fit and healthy. And the reason I think that is because I think
with you, I think, and I haven't fact checked this, is the first and only bloke to ever run from the north to the south of South Korea, Peck.
Wow, what an intro.
You reckon that's legit?
I think so. I chat GPT'd it, so.
Never wrong.
Never wrong.
fuck, it would have been a good podcast if you introduced Kim Jong-un then. Oh, sorry guys, it's just Peck today.
Yeah, sorry. I heard they asked him, but I was free. So,
Mate,
yeah.
talk us through what have you just done?
Mate, yeah. So as Pauli so eloquently put, I ran from the very north of South Korea to the very south or southernmost point of mainland South Korea, starting at the North Korean border.
How was that?
Yeah, good, fun. Yeah, lively place. It was good. It's a strange place. It's quite eerie. But yeah, just kind of made my way down and finished at the southernmost point. Yeah.
Why the bloody hell did you decide to do that?
Great question. You boys were on fire, eh? There was a few things like I wanted to travel. Always wanted to travel. I've always wanted to challenge myself and I've always wanted to raise money for charity. So I thought, why not try and combine all three, I suppose. And South Korea is somewhere I've always wanted to go. I had a couple of weeks off work. So I thought, what countries are there that I can run across? I've seen people like Ned Brockman, Hardest Geezer, the guy who ran across Africa, those sorts of guys, who I just see as like normal people. Mm. And I thought, like, I'm just a normal guy as well. Like, why can't I go and do something like that? So, yeah, I saw South Korea was sort of 500 to 700 kilometers long and picked that because I had the sort of time off over Christmas to do it.
When you're knee deep, fucking in the shittiest day, I don't know if it's raining or not, but
Yeah.
when you're thinking, fuck, I should not be doing this, I can't be asked to do this. What was the burning drive of that? You kind of clapped yourself around the head with and said, nah, keep going forwards.
I think it's the fact that I said I would.
Love it.
I want to be someone that when I say I'm going to do something, I will do it. And that was a big driver as well, to be fair. And when I was in the trenches, it's snowing, it's dark, I'm lost, it's -5 degrees. I'm on my own with like a backpack on in a country where I don't speak the language, I don't know anyone, don't know anything. You have no choice but to get to the next hotel, the next destination. So I think not giving myself an out was the way of getting through it.
Yeah, I'm so keen to dig into this like on so many levels because we talk so much on this podcast about like why people should set goals and not necessarily just about the achievement, but what it kind of does to them as a person along the way. But when you were over there, and like you said, it was -5, you were lost, it was dark. I'm assuming you don't speak Korean. But did you ever get to a point where you just thought, fuck, I've bitten off more than I can chew here?
Like during the run, no, honestly. The only time I've thought that was day 1, where I had stayed the night in Seoul and I'd got up really early and got the train across to a city called Gangneung, which is on the east coast of South Korea, which is probably about a 2-hour drive from the northernmost point. I got the train through, and as the sun was coming up, all I saw was mountains with just snow everywhere. And I was like, oh shit.
Oh boy.
What have I done here? That's where I was like, I could be in a bit of trouble by the time I get back to the mountains, because on I think it was days 4 to 8, I had to run through them essentially. So I got to the train station, I got out, and like had a bit of a mini panic attack because I like just in my own head I was just stressing really and thinking, you know, what the fuck am I doing here, pretty much. And but then I called some friends and family, and they were just like, you're there now.
There's literally
Like,
no choice.
no choice. And I said, you know what, yeah, no choice. Booked an Uber up to the North Korean border and then just started running.
You started running that day, so you got up early.
Yeah.
You got the train. How long was the train?
3 hours. So yeah, flew into Seoul on the night before and got in at like midnight into my hotel. Got up at like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. to then get the train across. That was probably a 2 or 3 hour train. Got to my hotel probably midday, then had to get another bus. So I checked into the hotel, left my bag, then got a bus up to the border, which was probably another hour. And then I got to within 10 kilometers of it. Obviously, when you get close to it, it's pretty hard. You don't want to mess around there, basically. Like, they're pretty strict. Like, the only way to actually get to it is with a tour.
Yeah.
On that day, I didn't really have time to do the tour because I had to start running that day.
Yeah.
Based on the schedule that I'd made. So I think the fact that it was a bit hectic as well, that there was a time constraint, I almost, by that point, after I'd left the train station, I didn't have time to feel nervous anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had to just do it. So then I got to sort of 2:00 in the afternoon, sun goes down about 5. I thought, okay, I've got 35 kilometers to do here in probably 3 hours. So I just had to go.
Just had to razz it on day one.
Just had to go, yeah.
That's a good way to start.
Yeah.
Talk to me about where this all came from. Like, we all have these decent ideas. We've all been there, right, at the pub, a few beers. You should fucking, get a Man United badge tattooed on your leg or something. Ridiculous idea.
Yeah.
So when this idea came around, why did it stick? What was going on in your world at the time? Why was this the thing that you had to do?
Yeah. I've had like I said before, I've always wanted to travel and do these challenges and always raise money for charity. And that's always been something in my mind most of my life, really, that I've always wanted to do something like that. And I think because I was watching a lot of those guys like Ned Brockman, Russ Cook on social media and YouTube and stuff, that it occurred to me more and more that I could do it. And then I just thought, the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, why am I just sitting around thinking about it, right? Like, and I use you guys as an example. I've got 2 of my mates here that had an idea and just had a crack and just started it. And then look where it has taken you now. Like, and I thought that if I just have a crack, who knows what's going to happen. So then, I had the idea for it. And then for about 6 months, it was in my mind, just constantly just ticking away, like, do this, run career. And then talked to Harv about it on a run, I think you mentioned before.
It was, wasn't it? You're like, man, I've been thinking about it. I've had this idea, like, I can do it on these days. I've got this amount of time off work. I just went, all right, do it then. I was like, book the flight. Book the flights, do it, and then you can't back out.
And I think I needed that little nudge, though, as well, because it's all well and good telling yourself to do it, but when you hear it externally that it is a good idea, then it's something clicks to go, you know what, let's do it. Let's just go.
I always think with those things, like, you can do it. Like, imagine if you didn't do it. Like, you do it, it's been an incredible experience. Like, the alternative is just go, oh, no, too much effort. Like, fuck it.
If I was sat here now, 2 months after I've completed it, without having completed it, but told all my mates, told my family, told my friends that I would do it, and I haven't, I'd feel like the biggest muppet on earth.
Yeah.
I'd feel like I wouldn't have, but I would feel like I've let everyone down.
So how much did you raise in the end?
$10,500.
So good.
Yeah.
What I loved, mate, was the quality of the content.
It was class. I enjoyed it.
It was so good, and kind of surprised me a bit as well because it was class.
Yeah.
Talk me through that. But
Thank you.
pretty handy at content anyway, or was it something you learned because you needed to along the way?
I guess because, like, obviously we all watch content and that. I don't know. I just took what I could from that, but it was just something it just had to go. And the first probably few videos, reels, whatever posts were probably pretty shit. But I just told myself like, it's going to get better. Can't not get better, right? When you first did a podcast, first one might have been a bit shit, but now it's like however many later, it's better, right? So I told myself the first one is going to be a lot different to the 100th. And then by the 100th, now I'm like super comfortable doing it. It's easy. And yeah, when I was there, it was easier because I had the content, right?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
I was there, I was in and amongst it. So it was a bit easier to do that because it was raw. It was exactly what it was. But yeah, no, just had to go and just saw what happened really.
What you say though, it sounds so simple, but you'd be surprised how many people don't do that. Like you go, okay, I've seen what sort of other content people create that catches my eye or I think is good, or I'm sure you looked at what Ned Brockman did and Russ Cook and you just go, well, I'll just start doing that. Like it's no different to how we started Harwell. Like we're like, well, those guys there are 5 years ahead of us. We're just going to start trying to do what they do. Or these guys in this different industry are doing this really well. Even when we started the podcast, like we tried to design our first fucking logo based off Diary of a CEO. Sounds stupid, but you're like, this guy is doing what we want to do really, really, really well. I think we should just try and do something the same as him.
Why not just look at someone who's done better and just copy that?
We did that with Harwell, to be fair, as well.
Yeah.
Colossia,
The branding we had at the start was pretty much Colossia number 2.
Really?
Website was exactly the same navy.
Yeah, but people don't realise Bartlett, when he was at day 50, he was doing it to someone else.
Yeah,
Stephen Bartlett was probably looking at old Branson, Dickie B, and going, what's he doing?
100%. And I think I think people would get embarrassed about content. I think that's a big thing.
Why?
Because it's putting yourself out there. Everyone is on social media now, and it's a hard thing to put out. Firstly, because your internal monologue is always like, what are people going to say? People are going to laugh. People are going to take the piss. But that's just all in your own head. Really. Like,
there's one way to throw that out the window straight away. The person that might laugh at that content or comment is probably sat at home on their couch in the comfort, and they're laughing at someone who's out there trying to get at it, running South Korea.
Yeah, we said it so many times, the only people who would ever throw shit at someone for having a crack are people who are way too scared to do it themselves.
Yeah.
In any walk of life. Like, I hope you felt that we jumped straight on it. So you said you wanted to do something, it's fucking bang, how can we help? What do we do? I was messaging, I forgot this, I was DMing like all these South Korean like famous people. Like fucking Will Peck's coming over, they're doing this for charity. Just got flying. Nah, they got stuck in the message request, I think. They're like big puppies over there. And even like Mads would be like, what the fuck are you doing on your phone? I'm like, I'm doing this for a mate. Like, and we'd all do it for anyone as well. Someone who's having a crack, like you just do. Yeah, to people who are way too scared. Because what it does, you doing that, they go look in the mirror and fuck, well, I'm not running South Korea. What's wrong with me? And that's a really painful place to sit and a really painful reflection to have.
That's how I felt watching those other guys.
Yeah.
A guy called Will Goodge ran across Australia, same as Ned Brockman. I'm like, why aren't I doing that? And that, you're right, it hurt. And hadn't really thought about that before, but yeah.
But after that feeling, you go one of two ways. You go, why aren't I doing that? And you go, okay, I'm actually going to try and do that. Or the other way is you go, I'm just going to try and, that person who's on a pedestal, I'm just going to try and bring him down. And that's where people just hammer you.
100%.
I don't want to make the run sound easy because it fucking wasn't.
Yeah.
But for me, the harder bit would have been the training beforehand.
Oh, mate.
A lot easier when you're on the stage and everyone's saying, well done, Will, keep going.
Yeah.
What about that training period before where it's just you pair of AirPods and you're running and you got to build up the level of Ks you were doing? Talk to me about that.
Like, people find it weird when I say this, but the training was harder than the run. And the run was incredibly hard, like, don't get me wrong, but the training, I work 6 days a week, just in a sort of 9 to 5 or working weekends as well, but having to train for something like this, I knew that I was going to average somewhere between 35 and 40 Ks a day when I was there. And for the first week with weight on my back to carry on my stuff, because I was alone for the first week. So during training, I thought it's going to be really hard. I'm going to be in, like I said before, conditions will be horrible. The language and the different country, everything is going to be really hard. So I thought, why not make my training harder?
Nice.
So that when I get there, it's easier. So I was really strict on myself, and I would run. I'd go up every week. I think the most I did in a week was about 140 kilometers, and that's around work. So I'd get up in the morning, I'd usually run 20 kilometers, have brekkie, go to work, get home, run another 15 or 20, and then have dinner. And then I'd make a video. And there'll be some nights, and I said to myself, I want to make a video every day. And that was a really hard thing as well, because I'd get to bed. Some nights I get to bed at 10, 11 o'clock. And I'd be lying in bed. I'd go, yeah, I've made a video. And then I'd just make one.
So you did?
Yeah, did it.
Love it.
I did, 60 days in a row or something like that with one every day, because I was just strict on myself. And I knew that if I can just get over this little voice in my head that says, nah, just go to bed. Just go to bed. Or don't wake up in the morning, have a lie-in. Don't get up at 3:30 in the morning to run 20K. If I could get past that little voice that says that, I know that when I'm on day 12 there and it's snowing and I'm on my own and I don't know where I am, I'll be fine, because I'll be able to push through, because that was harder. You know what I mean?
Next question I was going to ask is like, how did you train your mind? But it seems like that's kind of that level of commitment. You kind of started to do it in the training to make sure you push through. Because so many people say, well, everyone focuses on the physical training, but then you hear from a lot of people that do marathons or do a big challenge like that. They're like, it's nothing to do with the physical side. It's just all a mind game.
It's all mental. I did a 50K run the year before. That was the first time I'd ever run a marathon distance. And I knew my body could do it. And the same with Korea. I knew that my body could do it with a bit of training. But having done the 50-kilometer run, towards the last 15 Ks, I walked most of it, because mentally I wasn't there. Because mentally I didn't think it would be that hard, and I hadn't worked hard on the mental side of things. My body got there in the end, and I did the 50K in however long, but it was the mental side that slowed me down. So I just really concentrated on the mental training for Korea, knowing that the physical side of it would come, because with that much running, like, I'm going to get fitter.
Yeah.
But I could have done it all in the evening and could have had a lie-in, which then softens the mentality, because I didn't get up in the morning and I listened to that voice that said stay in bed.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I want to talk about the knock-on impact or the compounding impact of all of this, whether it was, I know it sounds like when you're going through your training, you were working, you were probably pretty knackered. So whether it was a difference you noticed then, or maybe it's since you've come back, but I want to hear about like the behaviors, like how's it impacted your work life? How's it impacted just your general motivation and things like that outside of the fitness challenge?
Yeah. I think that's one of the first times in my life where I've really, really committed to something in a really strict way, where I've gone in 100%. I haven't just dipped my toe in and out every now and then. Like, I've actually gone for it 100%. So part of that was part of the challenges to help me realize that I can do that and I want to do that. So coming back, I now have that feeling of that I can do anything, which is a really cool feeling to have, not in a cocky way, but I just think if I have another idea, whether it's a running challenge or whatever it might be, I think I can do that. And with my job, I make 100, 120 cold calls a day. I work in real estate, and that's hard in itself. But then I sit down in the office and go, well, hang on a minute, I just ran the lake for South Korea.
Yeah, like, bit harder than this, eh?
Yeah, this is easy.
We used to say that, didn't we? We started, when we quit football, we started gymming in the mornings instead of after work. This was like early on when we started Harwell, and it used to be like, I was like crumbling under 100k barbell this morning at 4:45 a.m. Like, the shit phone call you were putting off actually seems all right now.
And the big thing that comes through, Peck, and it's the same for us now. I'll potentially tell you a story about how it goes too far in our circumstance sometimes, is you can rely on yourself, and you know that when everything gets hard, you've got the minerals and the ticker and the self-trust to deliver. Now, lucky for us, we've kind of proved that many times. We know we can do hard shit and we can fucking dust ourselves down and go again. But now we kind of have this, I don't want to say air of invincibility, but we kind of have almost too much confidence that we can go and deliver, which then means we take too much fucking stuff on, right? So we know the potential of what we can do. Yeah. And our only cap at the moment is time and energy. I guess money as well. But whatever business ideas over there, whatever we want to achieve, we know we've got the potential to do that. But then it's a case of where do you put your energy? Where do you put your time? Where do you protect what you have at Harwell and the podcast? Where do you then go and start the new business?
So it's using that knowing you've got the minerals to go and do something, but using it in the right direction.
For sure. Yeah, focus is probably the word.
Yeah. How do you do that?
There's a nice quote I've got.
I knew. Hang on. How does it feel to experience one of these live?
I think I've said this one before.
I feel like honoured, but also just pissed off again. Just how
I think I've got it right this time. I've said it before. Distractions come disguised as opportunities.
Nice.
It's not as fun when you get it right.
No, it's not.
Yeah, can you get it wrong just for me?
But you know what I mean? Like, there's so much stuff, and we're getting to a point now where people go, "Oh, do you want to do this? Can we do this together?" And you kind of look at it and go, "Fucking hell, if we can do that, we can make it work." But should you? Is the question we ask. So how do we choose? We haven't got it right so far. I think we still go in way too over our heads in terms of what we can actually go and deliver, but we always fucking figure out a way to do it.
It's just that abundant mindset, though. Like, I'm a big believer of, like, if you just go out there, put yourself outside of your comfort zone to potentially go and achieve cool things. Whether you actually end up achieving that first thing that you stepped outside your comfort zone for, something else will come along.
Yeah, bang on.
Like, that's the big thing. And you might go, actually, that original idea we had, that doesn't matter anymore because something's changed, but it has built up this awesome opportunity.
Yeah.
Because of this. Like, I think it was with Recruitment Agent Institute, that business was born. The idea was born from a conversation with Ben Handler. And I remember he was one of the biggest podcast guests we had on very early. And I remember being like super nervous about getting someone like that because he was intro to us to come on the pod.
Yep.
Like, nervous about having to interview someone like that. Nearly didn't reach out to him, but I thought, fuck, just do it. So by stepping outside of the comfort zone and interviewing someone who I'd been listening to his podcast for a fair while, then opened up this incredible business that we're now going to launch globally. Like, that's
cool.
That's
cool
just the kind of world looking after you. And we believe in that a hell of a lot, don't we?
100%.
So just doing something, not knowing where it might take you, but just doing it anyway.
Yeah, and being scared and doing it anyway. Like, fear's the shittiest reason not to do something in the world. Like, I say this to Mads all the time, but we're wired a little bit differently. And so much of her kind of internal narrative is based off fear. But what if I can't? What if it doesn't work?
Yeah.
You know, it's all kind of grown towards the negative, which you kind of recognises, right? That's the way she was brought up, I guess. But what if it does? You know, there's always so many sensible, logical, rational reasons not to do something.
Yeah.
But what about the fucking one reason that you should?
Oh, there's a million reasons why I shouldn't have run career.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? But
Getting
then
the
it's like,
sleep as well. You know what I mean? I could run a half marathon in the morning, half at night. I've got work tomorrow. Maybe get the lie-in because it's good for your recovery. All these actual genuine reasons. Nah, fuck that. I said I'm going to do it, so I'm doing it.
Exactly.
I think getting over fear is like a muscle as well. I don't think you ever just conquer it. Like, even now, sometimes out there when I'm doing cold calling, like, there's a job come up with a company the other day, and the last time I called the CFO, he had a job. He shut me down pretty fucking hard. And I remember seeing that job and I was like, I'll give him a call. And then there was just a slight pause of doubt. And I was like, oh, he shut me down pretty hard last time. And I just kind of had to catch myself and go, well, if he does it again, what do you lose? Absolutely nothing.
Same place, right?
But if you don't make the call, what do you potentially not gain?
Yeah.
He didn't answer the phone. It's not a happy ending to the story.
Yeah.
But I still made the phone call. But it's like, even now, and I think some people will listen to this and go, oh yeah, it's all right for you boys, you've just mastered it or whatever. We haven't. Like, we doubt ourselves every single day.
But now, you made that call, but now you know. Now you know what the answer is. Otherwise, if you didn't, you'd be awake every night or at night going, I wish I made that call. I wonder what he would have said.
You ripped the Band-Aid off. Like, I was only yesterday. I'll call him again on Monday.
Yeah.
And I'll call him again on Wednesday, because the first scary part of just making the first call, now I'm like, I may as well call you 4 times.
Yeah.
Because I may as well get you to tell me to fuck off.
Well, with the posting on like Instagram every day, that was scary first off.
Yeah.
The first one I did, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, chucked my phone on, went to bed because I just didn't want to see it. But then after that, and for the next month, for the whole time, not one person said anything negative towards me. And it's all been positive. It's all been super supportive. And all that noise that was going in my head before I posted the first one was just gone. And that just,
I want to talk more generally then. So not everyone's going to run South Korea. I'm fucking not, that's for sure. If someone wants to do something for the transferable benefits and traits it gives them in the rest of their life, what do you think is important as a challenge? Like, has it got to be a fitness thing, for example? And probably what questions have you got to ask yourself at the start for what you want to get out of that on the other side as well.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Two Blokes, One Business podcast.
Now, apart from being world-class podcasters, we also run a recruitment agency called Harwell.
If you're keen to learn a little bit more about what we do, then head over to our Instagram at Harwell Group and check us out.
Back to the app.
Good question.
So I think most people will have, I think anyone listening to this podcast for sure will have something in their mind that they want to achieve, whether that's a fitness challenge, a business challenge, personal development, learn a new language, whatever it might be. The hardest step of 50% of it for me is just the first step and just taking action. And I think you guys spoke about that before. Just taking action is the biggest thing. And then, but being able to follow that through is the second hardest thing. So whatever that is in your mind, just break it down. You have a bigger goal and then break it down into smaller, more achievable goals. That's what I did for career. So I looked at it and I went, okay, I've got 700 kilometers to do, but not once for the whole 18 days that I was there did I think about how much I've got left. I just broke it down day by day. So on the first day I thought, okay, my hotel's 35 kilometers away. I've got to do 35 kilometers. Okay, right. Well, I've done that before. I've done that 40 times in the last month, right? And then break it down again. Okay, well, I'll split that up into morning and afternoon. I only got 20 to do this morning and 15 this afternoon. And then I'd break it down again and be like, I've only got 10 now for the next hour. That's just an hour. I listen to a podcast, I listen to these boys, chat shit for an hour. That'll get me through the first 10K. And I just kept like breaking it down. And the more I broke it down throughout the whole thing, the easier it got. So now, kind of to answer your question, in my personal life now, I have my own goals for the next 6 months. I've got them there, and then I've got monthly breakdowns, weekly breakdowns, daily non-negotiable things that I've got to do. And looking at those things every single day make it so much easier in my mind because I'm not thinking about the bigger goal in 6 months. So I think just break it down.
I find like you learn to trust yourself. Like you learn to trust the process. Like once you've done a big achievement like that once, like for me, it was a marathon, for example, when you know, okay, if I'm shit at something, but I do the work every single day, you can achieve the goal. It's easier to then come back and apply that same principle in other areas of your life. One thing you said about getting started, I think you read Atomic Habits, didn't you? I might have lent you that book. James Clear, the author of that, he was recently on a Stephen Bartlett podcast, and he said, I think it was something crazy, like 90% of the principles he teaches in that book are just around getting started.
Wow.
And that's one of the world's best-selling books, and I know a lot of people that have read it, including myself, that say that's the book that changed the trajectory of my life. And 90% of the principles he teaches are just around getting started. It's not even around like how you maintain it. It's just create an environment to get started. Because I think he knows when you go and get the first 2 or 3 small chunks of success and then the dopamine release and the feedback loop of achievement, naturally you just want to carry on.
But it gets you further than not starting. It's quite, obviously it's an obvious statement, but like, it just does. The person who knows nothing and starts and gets it right 1 time out of 10 is still further ahead than the person who plans it for a year and hasn't done anything and knows everything about it but hasn't actually started.
Why do you think 9 people out of 10 don't start then?
Fear and self-doubt. 1, I'm scared of what people think if I try and do it, and 2, I don't believe I can do it. What do you reckon?
Yeah, like it. Yeah. There's that fear, embarrassment. That Austin Butler quote.
Yeah, go on. This is your chance.
Oh, yes. I'm going to mock you so hard if you fuck this up.
He said, embarrassment is an underexplored emotion. Go out there and make a fool of yourself.
You get it right?
You got it right.
Nailed it. Really good. Mate, you're next. You've got to do the full Jimmy Carr.
I actually was good next.
Go on then.
One thing I want to know from yourself, like a good friend of mine, Jimmy Carr, he really powerful quote and it resonated a hell of a lot with me. He says it's not necessarily about the destination or even like the journey itself. He's like, it's all about the person you become along the journey. And what he means by that is like, you don't get self-esteem from the abs that the gym gives you. You get self-esteem from being the sort of person that goes to the gym every single day.
Yeah.
How can you relate to that from your recent challenge?
Well, again, going back to the training, I think you said it before. I think we were down the beach one day, and you said to me, and I remember it, you might not. You said that you just seem a lot more confident. You seem a lot more like kind of, I don't know, upright kind of. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that was because I think for the last month or two, I had been the type of person to show up every single day. And because I said I would do something and then I did it, that, like you say, gives you more confidence in yourself. And then that radiates off you and other people can see that. And then I think I realized that when you said that, because I thought, oh, like, cool, you know, that's a cool thing that, and I realized it's because of that, because I was turning up every day.
Two things come to mind there. The first one, I remember being at Mermaid Surf or something, just having a bit of lunch, and everyone's like, oh yeah, we're doing the Savo, and this is after you've already ran half a marathon. Oh yeah, I've got 20 Ks to do. Like, fuck. Like, it'd be so easy at that point to go, yeah, I'll just do double tomorrow, which you never do. And the second one that comes to mind is just that forward momentum. Right, and this is all back to the universe type stuff that we fucking love. You doing that and being so visible and accountable to, I'm going to go and achieve this, people just get drawn to that. People who have also got big ambitions and big goals and want to move, they just go, fuck yeah, I'm going to follow that guy. I want to take a bit of that magic that he's got. It's so powerful. So, Matt, I want to know, last question, what's next?
Oh wow. I have ideas in my mind.
Top secret?
Yeah, maybe.
Be careful, because whatever you say here, you're going to have to do.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I'm going to run around the world. I don't know. I have had different ideas of running across other countries. I'd love to do every state in America, for example. Just need the money. It's a lot of money. It's a very expensive place, we found out. And somewhere in Europe. I don't know. I have a few different ideas.
There is something coming though?
There's something coming for sure. Yeah. That's for sure. I actually plan on going to the World Cup in June in Canada. So I was thinking about doing like an ultra marathon there and just I don't know, doing that there. That'll be the third or fourth continent I've done an ultra marathon on.
Oh, so true.
Nice.
That's cool.
That'll be interesting to do. That'll be next. And then later in the year, towards the end of the year, there'll be something for sure.
Love it, mate.
TBC.
Good stuff, mate. Honestly, it's been so cool to watch it from the sidelines. Like you say, not just the challenge, but everything that comes alongside it. So we're super proud of you. And what's the Instagram handle if people want to follow the journey?
Mate, how good was that when we come off of that? It's will to run. So will the number 2 run _.
Nice.
Because someone took it with an underscore. Yeah,
incredible stuff, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers, boys. Appreciate it.
Will Peck, fuck, what a guy.
Mate, really impressive.
I'm buzzing with him, right? Because it's easy not to do. It's so easy to have that idea and let it slip out your head. But the graft he put in, even just creating the Instagram page, you know, it's time out your day and then doing the content and then doing the training. I'm just buzzing for him that he set that, smashed that, and now on to the next.
Yeah, I think we probably understand the impact of what it can do for you. Like, not just on a fitness level, but like how that will set him up to be better at work, and then how that will set him up to take the next step in whatever he does. Like, if he can compound that a number of times now, I think where his life was before the challenge and where it might be in 12 months, I think will be vastly different.
And he'll be fit as fuck if he keeps running.
Yeah, if he keeps running. Yeah, absolutely. Mate, controversial topics.
I enjoy these a lot.
Yeah, so do I. Do you want me to go first?
I think so.
Okay, cool. My controversial topic. There is a direct correlation between successful people and high levels of fitness.
So you're saying typically the fitter you are, the more successful you are, or there's a pattern between successful people, they typically seem to be in better nick? Is that what you're getting at?
Yes. I think, if I think now off the top of my head, all of like the super successful people I know, and I mean like the ultra successful people of the world, like the top 1%, they are all super fit and healthy. And the reason I think that is because I don't think the fitness came after they got successful. I think that they became successful because they are the type of people that have discipline, go to the gym at 5 a.m. every morning, create a life where they eat well, they're focused on longevity. I think then that the standards you drive in your personal life then spill over into your work life. Like for me, I don't think you can be super sloppy in your own personal life and not looking after yourself, and then walk through the door of your workplace or your professional environment and then just switch it on.
I think even like the morning routine, like I know how good do we feel if we get up, get to the gym, or you go for a run or whatever else, you steam into the day. You are unstoppable. The endorphins are firing, and that big scary call you've got to make first up, fucking piece of piss, what's next? As opposed to, snooze a few times, alarm's gone off, so I'll scroll on TikTok or Instagram for a bit. Oh shit, now I'm fucking late for work, now I'm rushing around, get in the car, oh fuck, I've left my fucking charger, shit, run back in, and then you get to work and you're just frazzled. So it's not even like a net. It's not even just the gain in what you get from working out and being fit like that. It's kind of the gain from the loss you would have if you weren't at the gym. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I think as well, I look back to some of the super impressive people we've sat down on this podcast with. Matt Sharma, ex-NRL athlete, now super successful in the property world on the Gold Coast, in Great Nick. Benny Handler, 42 years old, hasn't drank piss in 13 years, looks about 26. Jack Henderson, uber successful, runs 300-mile flipping ultra marathons. Nam Baldwin must be in his 50s, right?
Fucking shredded.
Nails his morning routine and is probably in the best nick I've seen for someone at his age. Like even John Templeton, who came out recently.
His veins are fucking popping out his arm.
World record in strict muscle ups. Has been ultra successful in everything he's done. Like for me, that's enough evidence that's starting to stack up to go, if you have those kind of principles or rules or values of yourself in life, you're more likely to be successful.
Delayed gratification. You know, I love this one.
Yeah. Is this your controversial topic?
No, it's not.
Okay.
This is carrying on from yours. Like when you drive past KFC and it fucking smells so good and you can almost taste the chicken zinger burger. Do you know?
I do like KFC.
Yeah. And if you just pull into the drive-through, that is immediate gratification, right? You're giving yourself exactly what you want without necessarily earning it.
Yes.
As opposed to, fuck, you know, I do want that, but let me go and run 10Ks first, if that's the example we want to go for. You know, I think successful people, as on the whole, they have that discipline. Okay, what do I want now is this big. But what I want, if I just don't go this now, if I keep working, what I can get down the other end is this big, right? So how do I stop going for pleasure and go for fulfillment? That's probably a really good way to put it.
Yeah, I've done work with therapists before. I've probably for a long time had body image issues, been quite self-conscious about that. And I thought that's the reason why exercising so regularly probably keeps my mind at bay. But maybe it's also a blend of that delayed gratification. Like for me, on a day-to-day basis, if I go and work out in the morning, I can eat freely that day and enjoy the food, not necessarily from an eating disorder perspective. Some people might say that, but from a I've earned this perspective. Like when I was doing the marathon training and I go and do 30K on a Sunday morning, I could go and eat 2 donuts, have a massive takeaway because you just feel like you've earned it. Maybe it's a male thing where it's like, I used to say you paid the man.
Paid the man.
Now you can go and indulge.
Yeah.
That's mine.
It. My controversial topic. You wouldn't believe I forgot what it was.
Have you actually?
Yeah, I'm going to think of a good one though.
Must be so
Give me a 10-second timer and I bet I'll have a good one. Oh, got it. Got it.
What TV show is that?
I've got a 6.
What's your 6?
Control. 7. Mate, you know I said control, the TV controls right there. That's 7. Oh, I better say it if I forget again.
You could not make it up.
You can't build a world-class culture remotely. Yeah, how good is this?
Agree. Wholly and solely.
No, you can or you can't?
You can't.
You can't build one. Okay.
No.
Go on then. Why?
You can be the most unified group of people on a remote basis. You can have multiple team meetings every day. You can be running ideas past each other in Slack channels. But for me, what builds the culture is those small moments, the quick comments where someone makes a joke or someone does something stupid and the whole office, and I'm thinking of our environment, the whole office is in uproar, like pissing themselves, and then someone else digs in. Like that's what lights me up. To me, that's what culture is. And even probably like the culture is the way the guys look forward to coming here because they're mates with everyone and they hang out on weekends. A remote business where you're spread across the nation as big as Australia or even globally, I just don't think you can replicate that.
It's tough because people do it. I'm thinking Dan Martell now, right? He has people all around the world, and then every quarter he pays for them to fly in, and they'll go and do whatever work they're doing for 2 days, and then they'll go again. And next quarter they'll come back in, because then when there are issues and conflicts, they go, well, actually, me and Harv really get along. I know he's 10 million miles away, but I know what he just said, what I felt that was meant to mean, he didn't mean it like that, because I know the bloke.
Yeah, here's one then. Do you think they perhaps have a better professional culture than what someone like us would? Because I guess what I'm alluding to there is the funny moments, which at times in our office, and they have been below the belt at times, and it's probably annoyed a few people. Maybe they have a really healthy culture just on a professional basis.
Got ya. So
it's more about we're unified working towards this pure professional goal, and we all have our personal lives away from this. But when we come to work in our professional space, we gel well.
And we're a sales business, right?
Yeah.
So there's a certain level of energy and enthusiasm, motivation you need in our company to get the results we do. And we get that by feeding off each other. Like Andy's the best for it. Like he just lifts the room when he walks in. If I was just doing sales, but it's all remote and I'm by myself, and I've got guys on Google Meet, I think you'd lose a lot of energy and motivation pretty quick.
Here's a really, really good way to differentiate it. I bet you if you played me an audio clip of 2 podcasts and one of them was in person and one of them was over Zoom, I could tell you which one was over Zoom. Because I just think there's a different layer of connection and the way you bounce off each other when you're sat here like this in person. Straight away, I can pick it up when something's online.
It's very question and answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Sean from Hoxo. He's got remote.
Are they fully remote business? Yeah. But then doesn't mean you can't be a successful business remotely.
No.
I think there are some really successful business. I'm more answering in the direct relation to culture.
What's my answer? Oh, you know what? I'm going to put a cop out here and say it's fucking way easier. There's going to be companies out there that are remote, and it might be really, really good. Wouldn't be for me. You know what it comes down to? If you are this is an easy one. If you're a people person, oh God. If you like being around people or you don't. What's the word I'm thinking of?
Social?
You're just as stupid as I am. Extrovert. Oh, fucking hell. How did you not get that? Extrovert or introvert? I'm an extrovert, right? So I actually get energy from being around people. Introverts, they lose energy. It fucking sucks the life out of them if they've got to spend too much time with people. So me being around this office gives me more energy to then go and do more stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think you can do your team meetings, but you don't sit on Zoom with everyone every day. And more so, whether it's competition or whether it's out of fear of pulling your own weight. Like, I know if I was sat in this office and we weren't on a Zoom call, but Danny was sat next to me crunching BD call after BD call after BD call, naturally by osmosis, I go, I need to start doing some BD. I need to keep up with this guy. Again, the minute you stop that Zoom team catch up in the morning where you go, this is my plan for the day, there's no one next to you, just lifting you that 5-10%. If you're having a bit of a down or a sluggish day, because we're all humans, right?
And even this is less about culture now, it's probably more about performance. So, Jackie, Albie, right? Jackie's got into recruitment 12 months ago, brand new. Albie's just joined with a few years' experience. Us being around each other, them hearing me on the phone, me hearing them, and being able to go, hey, ask it in a different way. That on the spot, in the moment feedback, you fucking miss that.
Yeah. I learned so much early on when we were with our old employer, just obviously off yourself, but obviously off other people as well, just listening to the way people would talk. And you just hear something and it cuts through and you go, I'm going to try that one. And then it works or it doesn't work. It's just irreplaceable. The water cooler chat.
Yeah.
I think Damien Dove actually said it on our old podcast. he was saying when he was at Lang O'Rourke's as a youngster back in the day, he learned most of what he knows today just through the water cooler chats. Go and speak to the guy that's been there 10 years, asking questions.
Yeah.
And now he's one of the most well-known builders on the Gold Coast.
That's a good one, eh? Good topic.
Well done, mate.
Fuck, we've done well there.
Better than the last one.
Nothing too crazy. Haven't got cancelled.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll come.
It will one day.
I'm going to put you on the spot, Halves. Give us a wrap up for this day, this episode, with one absolute nugget of wisdom.
Ooh, I've got a 9.
Oh, God. What's your 9?
Pentagon. What's a fucking 8?
Is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah. You actually couldn't make this up, mate. I thought that was 9 as well.
I feel like we're taking the shine off. There's an incredible life lesson. I think the lesson to take away from this is that every single person that's sat at home listening to this podcast is capable of way, way more than what they think they are. And what do I mean by that? If you just sat down with Will Peck 12 months ago and said you're going to run South Korea, the whole length of South Korea in 14 or 20 days, whatever it was, he'd have laughed at your face. If you just sat down with us and said you guys are going to come 5th on the AFR, we'd have probably laughed at you. But when you can learn the daily habits and routine that you can just stack on top of each other every single day and just believe in yourself and take that first step, that risk, get out your comfort zone, get over that fear of failure, I think every single person, no matter their situation, has the capability to achieve way more than what they think they can.
What a beautiful way to finish a beautiful episode.
My pleasure.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Hey guys, it's Jake and Lockie from Naturally Cooked Sunscreen, and we are pumped to be sponsoring the Two Blokes, One Business podcast.
We're on a mission to foster a generation of Australians who take sun safety more seriously and encourage it amongst their mates. You can find us at naturallycooked.com.au or follow us at Naturally Cooked Sunscreen.